Hello beautiful people and welcome to another video. It is Thursday, day after Champions League, and that's what's today's topic. First and foremost, I hope you guys have been having an awesome week. Snow has finally seemed to subside here. I don't know why I always give you guys an update of the weather. I feel like it's a little bit of small talk preparing for the big subject, but anyway, I hope you guys don't mind too much. For those of you who actually watch, I really appreciate it. Yeah, hope you guys don't mind too much. Giving you guys an update on the weather here, but yeah, snow seems to be gone for now. Getting a little bit warmer. March is around the corner. Well, I guess it's like it's mid-February, so warm weather, fingers crossed, is coming soon, hopefully. But yes, Champions League action, what everybody's been waiting for, you football fanatics, took place, and the real winners, before we dive into specific games, the real winners I think were the English teams, right? I guess there's not really much to talk about besides two games. Man City had their way with Basel, I think. Liverpool, which I thought was going to be a little bit of a closer matchup than the scoreboard reflected. Just trounced. One of those words. I'll look it up. Trounced. I'll look it up. Sorry. Porto in Portugal, and you were... those two obviously are through. I don't see either side going into England and scoring 5, 6, 7 goals and not have right. So that's pushed off to the side. And what I thought were the two big games was Juventus hosting. We'll start with this one. Juventus hosting Tottenham in Spanish-ish. Tottenham. And they jump off to an early lead, right? Before that matchup, because me and my dad are like to not bet but pick a side, and kind of it's just amongst him and I. He was like, no, Juventus has got this. I think he's trying to get. I was like, I saw I saw Tottenham play Real Madrid, both in Madrid and in London, and that side just looks really, really good. I think they're well balanced. I think they have a great attack, but can defend as well. And the first 10 minutes happen, and they're down 2-0, and I'm like, shit, I didn't even... Because I was busy, but I didn't get to watch, like, the first 15 minutes. And I was like, shit, they're already down 2-0. I was like, oh, is Juventus really this good again? Can they really get back to yet another final in here, like the last however many years? And aside from those 10-15 minutes, Tottenham possessed the ball, had the clear opportunities, ended up tying with Harry Kane scoring the first one, and then Eriksson, I can't remember his first name, on that free kick. Excuse me. And they had a few other chances as well. The brilliant save by Buffon on Harry Kane, I think it was in the first half. And Juventus just couldn't seem to get to maintain possession. They were just being outplayed. I think if anything, Juventus should be fortunate that they didn't end up losing worse, right? Also, you take into the fact that Higuain misses a penalty kick, and he misses a wide open left-footed shot from around inside the box, maybe around the penalty area, the penalty kick area, and he just goes wide. Well, he kicked it with his left, wide right on the goalie, and I think that would have been huge, obviously, going into halftime. But Tottenham, I think you just got to take your hats off. They stuck with it. The 2-0 didn't really faze them. Like I said, I think that side is tough, right? I don't know if they'll win it all, but these English sides are looking damn good. Granted, Manchester City's playing, I don't say nobody, but, it's not an opponent that is going to give you a lot of trouble, right? And yeah, but Tottenham really surprised me. I knew that they just had such a, from just offense, midfield, and defense, just work well together. And it's one of those teams, if you want to bring it to a basketball thing, it almost reminds me of the 2004 Pistons when they won the NBA championship. Sorry, I'm making the like correlation, but there wasn't any superstars on that team, but they had really, really good players. And defensively, they were just a force, right? And this is what this Tottenham kind of reminds me of. Harry Kane is a star, if you will, but he's not Neymar, Cristiano, Messi, right? And I just think they work well together. There's not, from the looks of it, there's not many selfish players on that team. So I think if this Tottenham can, they can get by here. I don't think anybody wants to face them. It's just one of those, they got hot. Even though I know they're not doing very well in EPL, they're I think 4th or 6th. But yeah, Champions League, they're getting hot and they play extremely well, and it's fun to watch, man. It's really fun to watch from a football standpoint. Now, in the second leg, do I think Juventus has enough? I don't, especially if Dybala doesn't play, I don't think they have enough. I just don't think that midfield for Tottenham just does so well of orchestrating and containing the ball and maintaining possession that it's gonna be pretty hard to see Juventus. I don't know. Unless, like I said, if Dybala comes back, I think that gives them another offensive weapon for Juventus. There wasn't a lot of Mandzukic. There wasn't a lot of Khedira. Yeah, that midfield was just. I think the most dangerous player they had was Costa, right, on the wing. He's the one that caused, I think, the second penalty that Higuain missed. I think I see Tottenham advancing. As much as it pains me to see Buffon go trophyless in Champions League play, I think this is the weaker Juventus that we've seen in recent memory, especially the ones that made the run to the final. Moving on to the main event, if you will. PSG going into the Bernabeu. Could they get it done? Could they finally win a big match, right? I guess I shouldn't say that because they beat Barcelona last year in Paris. But it's always looming, right? I think with PSG, it's always looming that they can't ever take that next step in international or UEFA Champions League action, right? They can't just take that extra step to be regarded as one of the best teams. And I thought yesterday, I think in the first half, Real possessed the ball a little bit more, but PSG for some reason had the clear opportunities, and then I think they scored in the first half. Yeah, they scored in the first half. Real Madrid ties it with a penalty on Toni Kroos, which it was a penalty. I mean, you don't walk, right? You're not running and then your arms are kind of like this and then you hook a player. I don't know why people even debated that. So yeah, they ended up going into the halftime tied. And there was just times where PSG almost looked like the more dangerous side. But it was if I love making analogies to other sports, it was a heavyweight boxing match, each team trading blows, right? I'm trying to think of an instance. I remember Dani Alves giving Marcelo trouble there in the second half. Neymar obviously was having his way with Nacho, which I think Dani Carvajal is coming back. But yeah, ultimately, it boiled down to Keylor made a good save on Mbappe with, I think, Sergio Ramos covering I think that was early in the second half with Sergio Ramos covering his sight, right? He goes down, makes a brilliant save. But then the difference, the 3-1 difference was the subs, right? The substitutions that each coach made. I think you had Emery from PSG taking out Cavani, which to his credit, Cavani wasn't having anything. I didn't even know he was playing. I think he had one in the first half that he missed, but other than that, he was just not there, to say the least. I mean, I don't remember Cavani getting even any touches really besides that one. So he takes him out. Perhaps he wanted to give some more. I think he wanted to free up Neymar a little bit. I think he wanted to put Mbappe up top, and then I think he pushed Dani Alves as a winger, right? I think as a right wing, and he put an extra defender. I think he was content with the 1-1. I mean, I think he was just trying to hold down the fort. But if you could see, Dani Alves by that time was already gassed. You could just tell he wasn't getting back. And then Zidane is, I think, one of his, a brilliant tactical thing was, okay, let's take out Isco. I think he did a double substitution, put in Asensio and Lucas, which played off brilliantly well for him. Took off Isco. Was Isco for Bale? Oh, shit. I think Isco was for Bale. Or no, Bale was for Benzema, excuse me. But Isco was in front of Kroos and Modric, which was kind of limiting what they did, right? And Casemiro was behind them, right? So Casemiro comes out, Asensio goes in. Asensio, I think they put him out up top to the... No, they put him on the left, and then you take out Isco, and you put... So now you're really in a 4-4-2 with Cristiano and Benzema up top, and then you have Asensio. Sorry, this one's being really tactical, but it's a game of chess, really. And then you had Lucas Vazquez out here and Asensio here, and then you have Modric and Toni Kroos just operating the middle, which is ultimately where they play best, right? Because I think Isco's a great player in small space when you want to possess, when you want to create. But you saw a few instances where they had a counterattack and Isco had the ball, and he's not the fastest guy out there. And so he kind of had to slow down the ball, turn, try to possess, because that's just his style of play. It's no knock on him. But then once Asensio came in, he's a faster guy who loves, you could tell he thrives on the counterattack, and that's what happened. That's where PSG got all sorts of trouble, because Dani Alves wasn't getting back, and Asensio was taking advantage, and that's ultimately what led to the second and third goals, right? Asensio gets the ball, crosses it in, Cristiano gets a lucky bounce, puts it in, Marcelo comes in from the left, feeds... Marcelo does some brilliant play, gives it to Asensio back in, Marcelo converts on the 3-1. So this one, for all the Zidane haters, which at one point I wasn't a Zidane hater, but some of his stuff was questionable. You got to give him credit. That was he had to go all in for the win, really, because taking Casemiro out, you were going to be a little bit vulnerable on the defensive side of things. Sorry. And I think it played in his favor. So Zidane, I think it was, he's obviously not watching this, but Real Madrid fans, or just from a football tactical and all this standpoint, you gotta give him credit for that. Now, I think the pressure is completely on PSG, right? Especially Emery. I haven't read anything in like what the news or tabloids are saying, but I'm sure he's being criticized for the move. So now it's going to be up to them to respond, right? And it's going to be a hell of a second leg. I think a 2-goal lead is comfortable, but you don't want to... Obviously, you're going to have to weather some storm in PSG, right? I mean, you weathered a little bit of a storm in Madrid, right, at the Bernabeu. PSG's going to come out firing. But I do believe Real Madrid's going to have their chances, right? And they just are. They're not going to... It's not going to be a complete mismatch. So we'll see how Emery plays it in the second game. I think it's going to be fun to watch. If you're a football fan, I highly encourage you to watch it. And yeah, this video is probably really, really long. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm going to cut it not short because it's rather long. But those were my 2 cents on the 2 closer matches, right? And the more intriguing ones. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It would mean the world to me. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought. We also have to remember next week is the other, I think, 8 teams. 8 teams. Chelsea, Barcelona, huge one. Bayern, I can't remember who, but I think that the protagonist next week is at Barcelona, Chelsea in Stamford Bridge. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought if you saw any of the matches. Have an awesome, awesome day, guys. Take care. Much love.